The community at Michigan Tech has been amazing for me. I have found some of my lifelong friends, I have found great mentors, and it's that community that made my time here so special. Um, Being able to participate in class and not being afraid to ask questions and talk to my peers about certain topics really made the experience more cohesive and that much better for me. I think it's very important when you're coming in your first year to find your community, whether it be through campus clubs. There's something for everybody here. Find a group of people that you really mesh well with. And in terms of academics, get to know your professors immediately. It's kind of a cliche piece of advice, but I think it's really impactful. Michigan Tech is challenging. Even the best student will be challenged. So having those relationships early on is just going to allow you to grow as a student faster and you'll be better for it. I was able to walk right up to my professors after class and ask them about the research they've been doing and how I can get involved. And that has opened up a lot of doors for me. That has opened up doors for me to do my master's, which is something that I didn't originally think I was going to do during my time here, and I'm so glad that I did. It can be a little bit more challenging at large universities to be able to have that connection with professors if you're in a lecture hall for thousands of people. So the small community of Michigan Tech definitely makes those networking opportunities that much more easier. For my smaller classes, especially given my major not being an engineering major here, but more in the biological sciences aspect, the classes were really small. By my senior year, I had maybe 10 to 25 people at most in them, and that made interacting with the professors so much easier. Classes turned into more of discussions than lectures, and that made the experience kind of like 180 turn into something much more different, but much more special and memorable and impactful for me as a student. Something that I've enjoyed doing in the area in my free time is taking advantage of all the winter sports up here. Skiing is something that's been really, really fun, and I regret waiting so long. It took me into my fourth year to start doing, and that has been so much fun. It really makes winter that much more enjoyable because we have a lot of it, so you do have to make the most of it. And just kind of in the springtime and in the summer, just taking advantage of hiking and the scenery and the waterfalls, really involving yourself like around the nature that's up here. It's easy to see, but the deeper you get into it and the more like hidden spots you find, you'll just be amazed by what you can come across up here. So getting out and exploring has been huge and very fun. I found balance with athletics and academics through leaning on my community, talking to athletes that had been there before me, how they did it, forming study groups with my fellow athletes, and just leaning on each other in times of need, not being afraid to ask for help. And just kind of as the years went by, my own routine developed, and I found a good balance for me. I'd just say to any student that's even considering Michigan Tech in the slightest, don't write it off for it being too far away, and don't write it off for the weather, because before I moved here, I was terrified of the cold, and I didn't think I'd want to be that far away from home. And I cannot be more happy that this is the choice I've made. Putting yourself in that challenging position definitely allows you to grow as a person in ways that you didn't think possible. I decided to stay for my master's just because I was so fascinated with the topic, but also just in love with the community. It wasn't even a question in my mind when the opportunity came up. I love the academics here. I love the connections I have with the professors here. The faculty and staff here are phenomenal. And just I fell in love with the area, and so I was more than happy to stay on for another 2 years to complete that. I think this is the place for you if you thrive on a smaller community and aren't afraid to shy away from a challenge, not just the academics here, but of course the weather. It will challenge you in ways that you didn't think you'll be able to be challenged, especially the location being far away for most students. So that's something to take into consideration if that's something that you think you'll thrive in, being on your own. Then this is a place for you. But if you want more of a larger, more city feeling, more closer to home, this would be the place that maybe won't be the best without at least experiencing it first.